Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having a great day today. Today I just want to come on and just say a very big heartfelt thank you to everyone who has sent wonderful, beautiful, touching messages through my YouTube community page, through my Facebook Messenger, as well as my Facebook page. As many of you already know, we lost our dear, sweet Finn on Monday, June the 20th. I'm going to try my hardest to be strong. So I'll just tell you a little bit about Finn because he was just the sweetest little soul. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be posting some beautiful pictures that we have of our baby. And I call him our baby even though we've had him for 10 years. So back in 2012, we rescued Finn. And they had to come and do a home inspection to make sure. It was quite the thing to go through. And he was our little baby. And my sister bought us a magnet at the time and said, who rescued who? And that's exactly true. So Finn fit in so well with our beautiful Leela, who is really, really looking for him these days. He fit in so well with Leela, and she is so, so motherly. You will see some pictures at the end of this video of him and her together as well. So in 2012, we adopted Finn, and you know, there was no looking back. He just lit up our whole house. He was rambunctious. He thought he owned our road when somebody was walking on it, like many dogs do, but he just made his way into our hearts. He was, at the beginning, my dog, but Finn got sick a few years ago, or maybe a year ago. A year ago. We had to get all of his teeth out, and shortly after that, he got very, very sick. And so he was diagnosed with a neurological problem, and the vet thought that it could be doggy dementia, which in many, many instances we've seen him turn on us or like turn and not know us or bark at us like we're strangers. So he was on medication, which was quite costly every month. And it was a little over a year now he's been on this med, and the vet did tell us that eventually the meds would stop working. So on Thursday, which would have been, I'm sorry about my dates, maybe the 17th or something like that, we noticed that Finn wasn't feeling well, and he went under our bed in the middle of the night, and that's where he goes if he's frightened or he hears fireworks. But this time it was a little bit, I guess his health was things were happening that we didn't really notice because we're with him every day. So the next day, which was Friday morning, we noticed a little change in Finn, and we thought, oh, what's wrong? And maybe he'll come out of it. And he did a little, and then he'd kind of go right back into it more. Then on Saturday, the same thing. He was his regular self for just a tiny bit, and then he went into what we call sundowners. If anybody has dementia would know what I'm talking about, where you get a little bit confused, which was Finn. And then this brings us to Sunday, Father's Day, when my children came over, our kids came over, and Finn wasn't himself, but he was pretty good. But then when the kids left, we noticed that he was failing again. So we thought, oh, well, we'll see. Monday will come, and Monday came, and nothing changed. Finn actually got worse, to the point where he was under our table and crying and, well, yelping, I guess you could say. And that wasn't like him. And my husband went to try and go near him, and he really, really barked at him like crazy barking, because he just didn't know him, we think. Or maybe he was in a lot of pain and we just didn't know. So I called the vet, and I was sobbing on the phone, and they know us quite well there because of Finn's condition. And I asked if the vet could see him, and of course they were too busy, which I understand. So I got an emergency number to take him to another vet out of our city. They called me back in 10 minutes and said, please bring Finn in as soon as you can. So when we got there with Finn, they had us weigh him, and he could barely walk. So they proceeded to take Finn into a room all by himself. With my husband. I couldn't go in, but then they ran out and they got me before I got in my car. I was going to wait in the car and said, Gail, you have to come in. So when I went in, the vet just looked at us and said, this is not good. I don't know if we were prepared or not. Everything happened so fast. The speed of everything from there just went really fast. So my husband said, just the way Finn looked at him, it's time. So they prepped him and got him ready. And in the meantime, we were just, beside ourselves sobbing. We couldn't believe it. so we told our kids, and my daughter made it to come and see him one last time. They did take Finn into the room, and they did what they had to do, and we were with him right till the very end. So it's been a really rough few days on top of all of this. At the very same time that Finn was going to be put down, my phone kept ringing uncontrolled, like all the time, over and over, and I thought it was my kids or my son trying to reach us about Finn, but it was my sister's dear friend who was letting us know that my sister had a tiny little accident with her, well, not tiny, but she severed her finger, so she'll be going for plastic surgery, and they don't think they're going to be able to save what's left of it. So just her little pinky, but it's not just, it's some terrible things she's going through. So it was quite a rough June 20th, which was also my niece's birthday. So a lot was going on that day, but on that day, we will never forget that we lost our baby. Our house is really, really quiet now. You won't hear him anymore shuffling his feet, and Leela's just a quiet dog. She's 16 and a half, so she's quite quiet. She misses him. But you know, leading up to this with Finn, every morning Finn would come out of our room, and he would walk by Leela, or try to walk by Leela, and she would cry. She knew that something was wrong, you know. And when we came home that night after Finn was gone, and we are getting him cremated, so his urn will be back in a few weeks, and we can't wait to have him back home with us. Leela came into the kitchen and bowed her head almost to me, looked at me as if to say, "Where's Finn?" And I just proceeded to tell her, because we talk to our dogs like that, and I said, "You know, Leela, Finn is gone and he's not coming home." And she took one more step closer to me and looked deep in my soul as if she knew that this was happening. She's such a smart girl. Anyway, for everybody who helped lift our spirits or send heartfelt messages, thank you from our soul. For those of you who kept us in your prayers, thank you from our soul. I will be posting a few pictures at the end of this video so you can just see just how beautiful Finn really, really is. It really, really was. Anyway, thank you from our hearts, from my husband Alan and I. Thank you. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.